0.2 P 0.2 P equals 8.8 minus Q. Then the supply function is 0.5 P equals 1 plus Q. Then the first question, as usual, they are saying the price of one packet, of dairy cheese P in kwacha. Calculate the equilibrium price and quantity. Illustrate graphically the consumer and the producer surplus. So they are saying we calculate, but we should not just end on calculating. We have to also illustrate the graphically the consumer and the producer surplus at equilibrium. So calculating at equilibrium, the best thing that we'll do, the way it is written like this, we make Q subject of the formula for each. So we'll start with the first one. We will say making Q subject of the formula. So Q, we take it the other side so that it is Q is equals to negative 0.2 P. P, we bring it this side. Since it's positive, when we bring it this side, it becomes negative, then plus 8.8. Then also to the other one, we make Q subject of the formula. So since Q is positive here, it means we just take one the other side so that Q is equals to 0.5 P minus 1. Then when we do this, it is more easier for us to find the equilibrium price. So we know at equilibrium, QS is equals to QD. So we are going to equate these two. So we will say 0.5 P minus 1 is equal to negative 0.2 P plus 8.8. Then we'll make P subject. Of course, we are solving for P. So we are going to have 0.5 P. When we take this guy the other side, it will be plus 0.2 P, like that. Then we have 8.8. 1 taken the other side, it will be plus 1. Then this will give us 0.7 P is equals to 9.8. Target is to make P subject, so divide by 0.7, even this side 0.7. So P is equals to, so they are saying this is in kwacha. Those that have calculators, 9.8 divide 0.8, what do we get? 9.8 divide 0.7, what do we get? 14. Isn't it?
Yes,
it's 14.
Yes, it's 14.
Okay. So it means P is 14. Then we can find Q. So the price at equilibrium is 14. Then we can use this one, Q is equals to 0.5 P minus 1. So Q is equals to 0.5, P is 14. We replace P with 14 minus 1. And that will be Q is equals to 0.5 of 14 is 7 minus 1. So Q is 6 units. So this is 14 kwacha. They said this is in kwacha. Now, the question, they said graphically show the consumer and the producer surplus. Graphically show, illustrate graphically. So illustrate. So the question that follows is illustrate graphically the consumer and the producer surplus at equilibrium. So
May you please go back to the first slide?
I go back to the first slide. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, that's the first slide. Do you have a question on the first slide?
No.
Okay. Is everybody else happy on the first slide? Okay. Silence means everyone is happy. Oh, okay. People are happy. So can I have the equations that I have? The demand function, which I made Q subject, is Q is equals to what? Q is equals to negative 0.2 negative 0.2 P plus 8.8. And since I want to graph this, I'll just need the P-intercept because I already have the equilibrium point, which is the equilibrium point is Q is 6 and P is 14. So I already have one coordinate for both, which is 6, 14. So I only need one point, which is the P-intercept. I only need the P-intercept for both. So the P-intercept, it means the value of Q is 0 and P is what we want. So we have Q as 0. So we'll get this equation, put 0 and say 0 is equals to negative 0.2 P plus 8.8. Then solve for P, take it this side. So it will be positive 0.2 P equals 8.8. Then we divide 0.2, we divide 0.2 so that the P is 8.8 divide 0.2. What do we get?
44.
44. So it means we have the coordinates, it's cutting at 0.44. Then the other one, the supply function, we said it's Q is equals to 0.5 P minus 1. Then we want to also find the Q intercept. We only need one coordinate, of course. So Q, we say Q is 0, we want P. So we replace Q with 0, so it will be 0 is equals to 0.5 P minus 1. Then we take minus 1 the other side so that it's 1 is equals to 0.5 P. Then we divide 0.5 on both ends. So when we divide 0.5 on both ends, what do we get? We get P has 1 divide 0.5.
No, that's 0.5 or
Anyway, 0.5 divide 1 will divide 0.5.
Can check. It's 2.
It's a 2. So the coordinate we have is 0, 2. So we have 0, 2. So then we have the graph. It's sketching graphically. So you're going to have your graph like that. It's a sketch, mind you, it's a sketch. So this is your P, this is your Q. So one, you just sketch, you say one is going this side, the other one is going this side. Here, the one that is cutting on top here, we found it's 44. This is the demand function, and we know the one that is a decreasing function, it's a demand. So even if it's not sketching, at least, even if it's sketching, at least try by all means to sketch something that is of at least to scale. So we have something of this kind. So here, where they are meeting, we said it's 6, and this side it is 14. That was the equilibrium point, 6, 14. Then here, the demand function was 44, the intercept, and the other one, this is the one that we are from finding 2. Then you say this is my demand function. What's the equation of the demand function given? We just label them. Someone to give me the demand function as given in the question. Aiche mule sarapukana abwira muri baiche sana bakwe bati. Naipisha question mulete ta process. That is should be 0.2p equals 8.8 minus q. Then the supply function is 0.5 p equals 1 plus q. These are the function, and this is the equilibrium point q. Now we want to have, so you are labeling the one above. This is the producer. This is the producer surplus, the one below. The one on top is the consumer surplus. The one I've labeled, the one I've painted with the blue, this is the consumer surplus. So you're illustrating. What I've done is just an illustration. The one below, the one in yellow, is the producer surplus. This is the producer surplus. The one on top is the consumer surplus. The consumer surplus is covered by the equilibrium line. This is the equilibrium line, and the producer equation, the demand equation. The demand equation and the equilibrium line, the area bounded by this demand equation and the equilibrium line is what we call consumer surplus. Then producer surplus, the one bounded by the supply function and the equilibrium. Any questions? So you have illustrated like that. Make it look cute. Any questions? Do I need to go to the previous page so that people can do the screenshots? You have nice smartphones. Just screenshot so that we move faster. But most importantly, understand. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, let's progress. Okay. So on the same question, the screenshots are in your, they are saying calculate the consumer surplus, producer surplus, and total surplus. So they have said now they want you to calculate. So the second part is now they want you to calculate. They are saying calculate the CS, which is consumer surplus. So consumer surplus, let's go to our thing. Consumer surplus, like I've said, it's the area bounded by that. So that's a right-angled triangle. Who's never seen a triangle before? in their life. So what's the height? What's the height from here to there? So from there, from 14 to 44, what's the difference between 44 minus 14? What's 44 minus 14? Baichi, awe nomba narambo kunda. 80, good. And here from here to there, it's 6, isn't it? So consumer surplus, it's just half BH, area of a triangle. So half, what's the base? The base is 6. The height is 30. That's the consumer surplus. What do we get? Half of 6, that's 3. 3 times that, that's 90. 90 kwacha, it's in kwacha. So that's the consumer surplus. Producer surplus, it's the area of the triangle below. So what's the height? 14, 7. What is 14 minus 7? Oh, 14 minus 2. What's 14 minus 2? Marina?
12.
12, good girl. The base is the same. So even hit the same formula, half. So half, the base 6, the height is 12. So half of 6, that's 3. 3 times 12. 3 times 12. 36, huh?
Yes.
36 kwacha. Then they said find the consumer surplus, the producer surplus, and TS. TS is the total surplus. So total surplus is just consumer surplus plus producer surplus, which is total surplus is 90 plus 90 plus what?
It's 6.
It's 6. And what's the answer?
126.
126 kwacha. It's in kwacha. Any questions? Right in that okay, chap. Then the other question that followed is you have seen the screenshot in the group. I've shared the screenshot. I want everyone to look at this question, cheated sentence, and one student should read for me. I'm looking at the screenshot I've forwarded to you. Chomba, read for me the question number 3. So Nishwa Chomba tabadipo hapa. Marina, read question 3.
If the number of packets available is Q is equal to 4, calculate the price the consumer is willing to pay and the producer is willing to accept at Q is equal to 4. Plot the demand and supply function on the same diagram, shading in the area representing CS and PS.
Okay. Q is equals to what? 4. So already the equations we have. Can I have the equation for the producer? What's the equation for the producer? Which is the supply function? 0.5 P is equals to 1 plus Q. Like that, isn't it? Then they are saying we find P if this is that. So the amount the producer is willing to pay, we substitute 4. So we say 0.5 P is equals to 1 plus 4. So 0.5 P is equals to 5. Then we divide 0.5, we divide 0.5. And our P is equals to how much? Baiche mchili abaiche sana abakwe bati na 10 mulefu wa mulefu mpya calculator. 10 kwacha. So this is how much the producer is willing to pay for 4 units or to sell 4 units. Then the consumer, the equation is 0.2 P is equals to 8.8 minus Q. So 0.2 P is equals to 8.8 minus Q is 4. So 0.2 P is equals to 8.8 minus 4. That's 4.8. divide 0.2, divide 0.2. And what's the price that the consumer is willing to pay?
24.
Okay?
24.
24. So tira umfika. Vaicha bandifire umfika. So the consumer is willing to pay 24 for 4 units, and the producer is willing to pay 10 kwacha. So now they are saying on the same diagram, we plot this same thing that we are talking about. So we are just going to plot the X code, the here where they are cutting, it's still the same point. Where they are cutting, it's still the same point here. But now, when you given now 4 units, so 4 is somewhere here. They'll cut at different regions. They'll cut at different regions. So for this one is willing to pay how much for the supplier? 4 has given us for the supplier 10. So we'll go plot 4,10. So 10 is somewhere below this. So 10 is somewhere below there. So we say 10 can be somewhere here. Since that is 14, so we say somewhere here. This is for the supplier, isn't it? So it means the graph will pass through this same 44 for the supplier and all the way like that. This is the new graph when they are willing to pay for that. So it will pass through this point. We are saying this is the coordinate 4 and also the original equation. So this is where it's going to pass on the same graph. Then for this other guy, for 4, it gave us what? What's the value of P it gave for 4? It gave 24. So you are going to go on 24. If this is 14, 24 can be slightly here. So you can say 4,24. So it's slightly here. So it will pass through. Oh, the demand equation is the one that will pass through. I can Amazon. Yaramba. So twala chitashani if yaramba. Train tukarimbefe fast, but we're on the same diagram. Why? So let's write.
If you can just press Ctrl Z to undo the shan. To undo the line. Ctrl Z.
Oh, Ctrl Z. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So 6 here. So this is the initial. This is the initial one. So this is the demand equation, and this is the supply equation, the initial one, and this is the equilibrium passing through 44, and this one is passing through 2. So now we said for the, when we use the supply equation, we insert in Q as 4, it's giving us 10. So the new coordinate will be 10. We say 10 is somewhere here, isn't it? 10 is somewhere here, and then we say our 4 is somewhere, let's say here, 4. So 4 and 10, we say they are meeting here, 4 and 10, then we connect with this other guy. Then the other guy, for the same 4 units, it gave us 24. So if we say 24 is somewhere here, and we say the 24 is here, then you connect the 2 points on the same. This is now the new one. So this is the new one. Are we seeing? This is the new one. This is the new one. new, this is the new demand. This is the new supply passing through the stated coordinates. So they are now meeting at new point here. So you just illustrate there. So this is the new point where they'll meet. So shading this is the consumer surplus. So you shade the consumer surplus. They said shade the new, and this side, this is the producer surplus on the same diagram. So initially, the initial diagram, it was at 24. It was passing here at 24. So the initial one, will paint it the way we had painted it. So we had the upper part, we painted a different color like that. This is the initial one. The one that we did at first, this is ended here. And so now the new one, so the one on top here, you've understood, huh? Have you understood? Vaichava. Vaicha na mufwa.
Yes, I can move it.
Okay, so this is how it will be. Unless there is a question. So they are saying another question comes below. Say calculate the consumer surplus, the producer surplus, and the total surplus at Q is equals to 4. Oh, yeah, sorry, it's misleading. This is misleading. Okay, all right, it's understood. Sorry. So wait. Now, here, wait. Here, we will rub this part. Sorry. I've shaded the wrong stuff. Here, what is needed to be shaded now is this part, since there is a 4 here. Papa 4. So what we just need to shade is this part. Already they shaded the yellow part. And this one, we need to shade just up from here. So going down, this is where we need to shade. From here going down, kufuma pali tenya hapo kisa panshi. Epo tunyingire to shade up. Then hii nayo, just here. So this part should not be shaded. Here in between here. It should not. So this part should not be shaded. So the part that should be shaded as for the new one, it's this part. It's this part. So for this one on top here, it's just that part. Yeah, so the initial equilibrium point was this one. So the part that should be shaded is this. So now they want again for you to calculate. So this is the new producer surplus. This is the new consumer surplus. Now they want you to compute. So it's just 4. The length now is 4 because it's from now 0 to 4 here, where it's cutting 4. But the height here, of course, we had calculated. So this one gave us 10. This one gave us 24. So from 24 to 44, what's the height from 24? From 24 to 44. What is 44 minus 24?
20.
20. So to calculate the consumer surplus for this one, it will be half. The base is 4. The height is 20. So that is the new consumer surplus, and that will give us 40. Then the producer surplus, the one that we calculated was 10. So what is 10 minus 2? 10 minus 2, we get 8. So it will be half, 4, and 8. And what do we get? We get 16, isn't it? Then the total surplus will be just 40 plus 16, and that should be 56. Of course, the unit should be kwacha. So this is the consumer surplus at 4. If we take it at 4, for Q is equals to 4. And for that is the question that is, then they are saying, calculate the elasticity of demand at the point of equilibrium. So what's the formula for elasticity of demand? Marina, at this stage now muverenga baicha bandi 15 mulere
It's,
mbasi.
isn't it ED is equal to
So
1
elasticity
over B,
1 over
1 over B
Mm,
multiplied by,
mhm.
we've got, is it P0 over Q? P0 over Q, I don't know.
P over
Uh-huh.
Q. Mhm. So
Yes.
what's the price that we found at equilibrium? It was 14, and the quantity
Yes.
was what? 6. Then you go to the equation. So the equation, which is since it's the demand, it means your focus should be the demand equation. So now for you to get the value of B, you have to make P subject of the formula. So you can't get B direct from this one. You have to make P subject of the formula. Then the one that will be attached to Q, that will be your B. So you have 0.2. So for you to get your B, it's 0.2 P is equals to, from which one is the demand equation? This one, 8.8 minus Q. So we have 8.8 minus Q. So you have to make P subject, P if we